Hey, welcome back to the second session of working with stock data here on the Precision Data Analytics channel. We're continuing to work with MX Linux on a virtual box and Claude code from the command prompt. I left you last night. We had cleaned up the data. We kept only 3 columns for stock data, ExxonMobil. Then we filled in the missing dates, and we filled that, and then we filled forward the actual closing price and the volume, and then we did a forecast using the forecast ets.add function, add function inside of LibreOffice Calc. And in your absence, I went back and I calculated the pricing intervals. Okay, the pricing interval says there's a 95% chance that the actual price will fall within this range here. But as prediction, actually it's going to decline to the end of January. Okay, so let's come over here then, and let's just create very quickly a dashboard. Okay, nothing tricky, just some place to store plots. All right. So this is our original plot. Okay. Then our plot with the intervals on it. All right. Okay. So this is where we are right now. Let's come back over to here. Let's minimize this. Close that. Okay. Now what you want to tell it here, if you say add a moving average, it'll calculate the moving average and it'll list and just add the values to the spreadsheet. We don't want the values, we want the actual formulas for a 21, a 50, and a 100 moving average. Okay. Formulas for formulas for so we have it's going to add 5, so it's actually it's going to add what, 6 columns, 21, 50, 100 moving average, then it's going to add the VWAP, and then it's going to calculate the plus and the values for the plus and minus 2 change. Again, I'm saying add formulas, so it should actually add the formulas and not the values. You know, I was mentioning, I also spent a couple hours today creating my first Android app using Claude Code and Android Studio and VS Code. I created I'm going to call it a ship's log. It's a log. It's a simple logging journal where you kind of log what you just finished and what you're going to start. Be sure to watch for that. See, Python 3 import. Yes, increase this. Okay. And again, because that install ODF Pi, it's kind of, I would have thought that had been installed already, but that's all right. Bash pip install this. Okay, good. By the way, this here is code. It means take all the output, both standard error and standard output, and send it to into space. Okay. Let's do this. Sudo apt-get install python3.conf. Okay, so I guess what it is, I'm not using any type of environment. That's okay. Which pip x do what? Pip in a file zip. Interesting. And again, this is making changes directly to our computer. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful that you don't delete something you want to delete. Okay, you don't change or delete something you want to change or delete. Well, also it created a new file. If you remember, originally it created the LibreOffice Calc spreadsheet for us using their stock data from the CSD. Again, the stock data is ExxonMobil. It contains 2 years worth of data. Okay, 2 years worth of data as of yesterday, as of June 7th, 2026. Okay. Beaming tip use. Okay. Beaming. Okay, thanks so much for the 14 people watched the original video from yesterday, I think it was. Yep, 15. Thanks for the 15 people who did watch the video. Of course, I'll include a link to the GitHub repository. You can go down. You can download the spreadsheet for yourself. Okay. Tip used, by the way, to ask quick side questions without interrupting Claude's current work. Of course, as you may know, that Claude also has a web version of Claude Code. I suppose it's not quite as good, but nonetheless, it's a place to start if you don't want to install on your if you want to install in your local system. You can of course install zip file, something about zip file. Okay. You can let's just say up here. Content split. I don't know what that's talking for there, but I just keep going right along here. And I was surprised, by the way, that the Android app I created ran the first time, which is pretty doggone impressive. So maybe Code really is a much more advanced coding engine than regular old Claude itself. Bash, zip file, table style, rogue, default. Not quite sure what this is actually doing here. Okay, but anyway, that's okay. And you can see it's also telling how many tokens we're using. You do have a daily limit of tokens. Honestly, I'm not quite sure what it is, but you can certainly look it up. Sure. And it is possible to run out of tokens. Well, supposedly it runs on. It's not like a 24-hour day. It's like it runs from like 2 8-hour time chunks. So it's like 8 to 4, and then from like 6 to 10 or something like that. So it's not like you have to wait until 10 o'clock tomorrow night to actually use it again. Import zip file. Let's see. Approval. So as you can see, it actually takes a fair amount of steps to do something fairly basic, like add a few columns to the spreadsheet, because it's not actually let's just take a look at something here. So it's got to create the helper columns out here. That's what we're looking for, okay? Save. I mean, it'd be quicker to say, hey, give me the formula. Let's see. So see, it does a bunch of stuff. X, then it does a move from back to, so it's taking the backup file apparently, and it's moving it to the current file. Then it does an ls to look and make sure it's there. Okay. Remove, so it's removing the backup now, and is it also removing the a Python file? Add indicators Python. I mean, it could cheat, of course, and just columns, headings. Oh, very nice. Yes, let's commit this. Now we're going to commit this. Okay. So now we're going to push it up into the directory. Let's see. Open the spreadsheet to check the formulas. Now we'll probably have to actually fix the formulas, okay? Well, it's interesting. Okay, so what it did, it went back, it actually ignored the, let's go over here. Let's just move over here for right now in that case. All right. So now we got our VWAP and our moving averages. Let's do close. 2150. So we'll do a 21 and 50. Let's go to 2026-01-01. Good. Okay. Interesting, it stopped over here at 6.3, that's okay. Let's say 110. Oh, you know what? It's including the forecast numbers. That's okay. Let's shrink this down a little bit. And move this one over here. Okay, we got right there. Then we go back and we'll do a 50, a close, right? A 50 and 100. Then we'll wrap up with the VWAP, okay? Oh, there we go. Let's delete that. That's an awful big line. Date, close. I tend to look at the 5100 more than the shorter ranges, but that's okay. Yeah, okay. So through here. Over here, scale, date, and again, this over here is because those are the forecast dates. Because we don't do anything special with the forecast. Did it input? It did some pretty fancy functions there, didn't it? And this is the 5100. Now let's come back over here. Close. Now it's time for the VWAP. Insert chart, line, Let's say 90. There you have it. Your VWAP. We lost the VWAP there on the bottom, didn't we? So there's the VWAP. You see, because ExxonMobil is above the VWAP line since January this year, okay? And it's right around the +2. So there you have your forecast tonight using, or your analysis tonight using Claude Code to create the helper columns. Let's just check the columns here real quick. Make sure we got formulas instead. Yeah, we got formulas instead, don't we? Yeah, good. So it correctly inserted the helper formulas and also ran it all the way down for us, didn't it? Very nice. There you have it for this evening, using Claude Code for something that's not really designed to do. But anyway, there you go. Now we got our basic stock analysis sheet for investor types like us.